Oh, dear.
Recording in progress. Right. Hello. Right. So, welcome. There's Ellen, Carrie, Kaya, Angela, Sandra. So, and we're waiting for a few more people to arrive either in Zoom or in real life. But the reason I'm recording this, I'm not going to record the whole time we're here because we're going to do a little ceremony thing. Well, you guys, we're going to do the ceremony, but you can join in if you want. But then, once we switch it off, it's okay. We can say hi. How are you doing? And intermingle with each other, if that's a word. But this is just for us to do the kind of businessy, but it's just for us to really do a bit of brainstorming and see where we're at. Kaya and I had a pre-meeting yesterday, and she's been really, she's not just been taken on to do the admin. So she's, because of her her degree and the job that she had, when she was doing business management studies, she's been doing quite a lot of stuff, and she's got an understanding of yoga. So she's replying to emails and things like that as well. But we figured out that we're going to do like a little project where she's going to be helping you guys as well. So it's quite an exciting little thing, but because I really wanting to get LKY Yoga School to be not just me. It's not about me, it's about you guys, especially you guys, because you guys are the ones that are going further with your studies. So this is only if you want to as well. There's no pressure. So, and you don't have to make any decisions today or anything. It's just, this is us brainstorming, and I'm not going to offer something that nobody wants either. So this is I need to know what works for you, what doesn't work, what you want, where do you want to take your studies, or where do you want to take your work. So this is for me supporting you guys get more students and get seen, and to develop your where you're at, and for me to hold that space for you. And so Kaya's going to be like our middle person, in the sense that we were thinking of setting up an LKY Yoga Tribe, which is where you guys are the admins of it. I'll be an admin, yes. But I'm a
It's basically it's the graduates that would control it and organise events.
Not all the graduates, but the 500-hour people. The ones that want to. You don't have to be part of
it. The advanced graduates, and then it would be a part of LKY Yoga School.
Stella, behave yourself. So special, this guy. So yes, but that's not just the thing. That's just the word. That's the, I know. So what I'm really looking for, trying to develop with you guys, is you being able to offer workshops or trainings. Now, I know that Angela and I have discussed this, and really excited about. Even Kaya was like, "Oh my goodness, that's like people that even don't do yoga would be really interested." So we've kind of sussed out. We kind of did a little bit of a brainstorm yesterday, instead of offering loads of different stuff, saying like, "Do you want Kaya will write up a little bit of a minutes thing of what we discussed." So just in case, or not minutes, but you've got Kaya's actually going to be sending you all like a little form, asking questions of what you want out of this. So if you want to, you don't have to. Okay, so this is like, if you just were thinking, hey, I'm quite like learning more and I don't really want to teach or go further, that's okay too. Or you can still be part of the tribe. It's not like, well, if you're not going to do that, you're not part of the tribe. You're still part of the tribe.
Or you could
so there's no pressure.
A couple hours on an online thing instead of running a whole weekend by yourself or something like that.
Yeah.
If you were just interested in, we spoke about some people might want to do like crystals or herbal and stuff like that. But
Yes.
if you're just interested in a certain aspect of it, you could just do
Yeah. Here's Jen. Seats ready. Hello, Jen. Could you not get to sit off? You know, it's coming off the roundabout, I think, isn't it? 'Cause it's almost, I should have said, it's a hidden turning. So, oh no, it's fine. So, but I've recorded. Like Alana's here. she's the hologram. She is. Lisa's given up. She was trying to get in, and I hadn't changed the password. So Lynn's on her way. So, yeah. So you've got Sandra, Angela, Kaya, Kerry, and Ellie. So yeah. So just what we're saying is we're figuring out like what can we do. Oh, I'll give you an so basically we're trying to figure out, well, what do you guys want? How do I support you? So we're setting up like a LKY Yoga Tribe where you guys can be the admins if you want. So it's about getting members of the public in, and for you guys to say, hey, I'm running this, and it's more speciality stuff, as in, so Kaya and I what we're thinking of to do, like she would be the person you would give. So if you wanted to do, it's a choice, because we thought, right, we could do this, and then that's too much. So we thought we'll break it down. But if there's something that you'd want to do, like a day's thing or a 4-hour thing, we'll work around it. But we just thought to keep it simple, either do like a 2-hour workshop or a weekend training where you're certified by LKY Yoga School. But it doesn't have to be Yoga Alliance accredited, because Angela's going to be doing, well, if she wants, crystal healing and herbalism, and I'm hoping that you might do a little workshop for yoga for tax, or because I think all yoga students we're all got the money, and I think it's going to be. I know it's not like an exciting one, but that's what you specialise in, and I think. It will be so busy, and it will get you seen in that sense. What do you think, Alana?
Yeah. I definitely would need that.
I'm just including you in the body of the curtain.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so we thought like we would do so you could choose between like that or that, because we think we're pricing and things like that. But we can adapt and adjust if you think, no, I want to do just a day thing but without certification, but we can do it as CPD hours, because you guys are senior yoga teachers. If you run it, then you can give people CPD hours, and we do it under the LKY logo, and your own, so as a collab thing. But because, I had a talk with a digital marketing person. It's going to cost a lot of money, and I don't have any, but I'm jumping in and taking the risk of paying a monthly fee for him to run it, so that it should pay off because it's going to have more reach. So by doing that, if LKY Yoga School has got a bigger reach, if you're part of something bigger, it's going to reach your guys too. Okay, so you know how I run events. If I'm doing a training, I put it on as an event on Facebook. So what you would do is, if you guys are doing a workshop or a training, if you wanted me to help you or do something for it or be part of it, I'm happy to, if you want me to just come in and do something with you. But I'm really happy to, as long as you give me, like, if it's a training, give me the syllabus, tell me what you're doing, and for the workshop, just tell me what you're going to be doing, just a ballpark figure. You say I'm just going to do a workshop. Well, all right then. I think no. So you would give. Kaya's going to create a form. So you would say, right, what is it you want to do? What kind of, it's not like you could only do one. If there's something that you've got some interesting, let's speak about it. Let's discuss it. What can you give back? Because you've all got USPs. You're all like amazing humans that have got so much to give. So why don't we do that instead of just like, let's be like exactly what Yoga Alliance tell us what we're supposed to be. Let's share our, you know, our vibe and help others. Yeah. So so we're gonna Kai's going to get this form for you guys to fill in and to say what, and then we figure out what dates work, and so we were figuring out pricing.
I've got it on my phone.
Have you? Okay.
Do you?
Yeah, just for generally, just to.
We were speaking about if it was a weekend one. We were thinking maybe it would be around a third of what the.
No, just tell.
We were thinking like £100 for a 2-day course
per
that
person.
You guys would charge per person, and then LKY would take around £20 or £30 from that £100 per person.
Because that's like marketing costs, and Kaya, because Kaya's going to be the person running it and taking the bookings, and so so she's I pay her a wage, so you know she's been very busy, so she's going to get a good wage this month, but so, and then I've got the marketing, so I know it's like but it's for you using the name, getting the marketing. You once you've figured, so that's was it £100
for the 2 days
for a 2-day training
like
thing. But I mean, if you get 20 people, you know, and say if
you could make quite a lot.
You could make a lot of money in a weekend, you know, and then you can actually, if you do it once, then we can sell them as online trainings. That it'll be a repeat, but you don't actually. You can just do like what I do. I did the real life stuff with you guys, recorded it, and then we do like the morning, hello everyone, and then the last day Q&A, and that's what people like to work through as well, you know. But if you'd rather do real life, you don't have to do online. If you'd rather do real life stuff, that's absolutely perfect. And if you're needing to incorporate higher costs in that, we speak about that. So so it's not, so these costs aren't set in stone, these times aren't set in stone. This is just us kind of firing out. And then what was the 2-hour workshop
there
thing?
was like a 2-hour online workshop, if that's what you wanted to do. It would be around £40 per person, and LKY would take about £10 from that 40. Yeah,
so what you do is like fill in the form, like give it to Kaya, like it'll be she'll email it to you guys. You fill it in, and if you're interested, send it to her, and then we set up a chat. Either we could meet up in real life or do a video call. Really like figure out what we want to do. Once we've made the agreement, like what's going to happen, get the date, then you guys send Kaya your photographs that you want to use for the advertising, and the date, all that stuff. Kaya sets up the event. It goes onto my website, and then it's all boosted by my social media marketing guy. It's Facebook's algorithms, as you know, some people didn't even know today was happening because of Facebook algorithms, and that's terrible. If you're in a group, you should be getting that pinged at least. But Ali didn't know she was the graduate appreciation person 2 weeks ago. I thought she knew. How bad is the algorithm if your graduates can't even see your own posts? So comes to the sense that even though it's expensive to pay for these things, this guy is actually going into figure out the CEO of the website, Facebook, Instagram, but he's also looking at different hashtags on the back stuff, and then and I've got to tell him every month what's important and what to boost. And that would be you guys, you know. So I think it makes us a tribe as opposed to it's just me. Oh, you know, I don't want to do that. I've loved what we've been at, but I'm at a stage where I don't want to do it on my own, and you guys are amazing, you know, and I can't do what some of you guys do, you know, you've just got that, you know, with, so some of like the stuff that you're doing with your work, Sandra, it's so it's not necessarily have to be, you can incorporate your yogic knowledge and your yogic techniques, but some of your stuff, like what you're doing with young people, like do like a 2-hour workshop with that, you know. Are you not? Oh, wow.
No, but I do have a thing that I'll talk to you about an idea.
Right.
But the thing, yes, and I don't run that project anymore. I took a side step to make room for yoga.
Oh,
because wanting these kids' spaces, you don't get, you know, it was pretty relentless. But it was a brilliant project. I'm still very fond of it. It's still running. It's got a good person running it now. So
that's good.
So yes.
But from all your wide spectrum of knowledge of your work. It's like you need confidence. You've got it. You actually have it.
Yeah. And I think what's really interesting about what you're talking about the tribe, because I'm not yet teaching, but the fact, the opportunity to collaborate would be a huge boost for everyone. And some of us are further along in our journeys than others. But by coming together, this is what I'm excited about, the idea, coming together and being able to support each other.
Yeah. And it gives some credibility, especially. So if I've got this already, like, if, for example, I head back to the southwest, not to live immediately, but I spend a lot of time in the southwest and then in Cornwall. If I was going to run a yoga for surfers workshop, for example, which is straight away what I was planning on doing anyway, I could go to the fancy hotels, all these places, and say that through the LKY Tribe, it's like an endorsement, isn't it? So the collaboration things would work well, because it's not just, hey, me, I'm a little yoga teacher.
Yeah, I think you're more than that, and that's what I want to share. Hello, Lisa. She's arrived. She's not got the video on it. Is she on mute? She's maybe. Oh, here she goes. Here she goes. Yay! Hello. I've recorded the beginning, so you don't have to worry that you've missed anything. I wish you were here in real life. Alana and Lisa, you are with us in spirit. So. Oh, wait a minute. There's somebody else. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Yay! Right. So everyone see this: Ellie, Kerry, Jen, Kaya, Angela, Sandra. Woohoo! So just quickly, I'm just going to quickly say what we're saying is Kaya's going to be your kind of go-between thing for you guys. If you want, we're going to be setting up the LKY Yoga Tribe. So you guys are able to all work together and, well, you know, do offer workshops or offer trainings where you're accredited by yoga, not Yoga Alliance, but LKY Yoga School. So it doesn't have to be like, you know, Angela's got qualifications in crystal healing and herbalism. So we're going to do it like, you know, how I love my astrology. I think it's like we're going to start doing stuff where, it's like, and you know, what can we offer? And Kerry was saying that she's going to do yoga for surfers, you know. So, figuring out, Oh, we can't hear you.
Can you not hear me? Can you not hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You. So basically, what we're saying is, wait, are you laughing at me?
I don't think she spoke, and you were just.
Oh, Kaya's like, don't think she spoke.
I had to use my husband's computer, and he's got all this weird gizmo for work, and so I mean,
you look like a Radio 1 DJ.
Anyway.
Hey, or maybe Radio 2 because of you. It's just like, you know, because the Radio 1 people have no chat. I must be getting old because I started to listen to Radio 2 because Radio 1, they think they're funny and they're not. So, it's really weird. Oh my God, what's happening to me? I like Radio 2. Anyway.
Carry on.
Anyway, I'm off on a tangent again. So what we're looking at is, I was saying that I've taken on, it's a big financial risk, but I think if you don't put it's so I've got I don't really have much savings, but that's the only thing that's keeping me up. But it's a financial risk, but I think if we don't do it, we don't know where we're going to go. So I've taken a risk that there's a social media marketing man going to do a monthly thing where he boosts the website and boosts what I want to be boosted every month. And my idea is to get you guys, if you want to do workshops, to do trainings, offer. It doesn't have to be, and a really nice thing that if you want, because you've all got different ideas, but some of them are similar. Because your vibe attracts your tribe. If you wanted to do like pardon me. It's okay, it's my nest egg. Ellie's not part. Yeah. So professional. Sorry, I told myself. So even if you wanted to do a two-day training, but one of you does day one and one of you does day two, and collab. So something that is really powerful, and it's good female empowerment thing, is getting together and going, hey, I can do that. How do you feel about doing that? You know, what can we do together? You know, let's really like hold each other up.
I have an idea, but I won't do it because I'm not a yoga teacher.
Go on,
But you can maybe do like yoga for dogs, with people bring their dogs. And you do yoga with them.
Yeah.
It's a bit like goat yoga.
Yeah, goat yoga. So that would be fun.
Outdoor class.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you, we'll see if they might. Oh yeah, because Bria's the same breed. You know,
Yes,
Bria's
she's
so
a bit of a
cute.
nutter. I took her to Stonehaven. She's fighting for the British on the beach.
Oh. So yeah, so Kaya's got a form. Like she's gonna send you all a form, that she can fill it in if you want, and then we set up a video call or a real life meeting, and just to see where you're at, you know, and so we're not just we're thinking like either a 2-hour event or a 2-day training, but you can do a 1 day or whatever week, but we were thinking for cost wise, because I have to pay Kaya and I have to pay the marketing guy, for you guys, normally I charge £300 for a 4-day teacher training, but I'm a trainer pro, so it sounded like right knob there, didn't I? So I charge 300, so you half that into 2 days, that's 150. So you guys aren't, you know, you're senior, but like you've not got the experience under your belt, as in a sense. That's why we've put it down to 100. So I think that makes sense. And then LKY, we've written it down what the cut is, but we would write that down for you. And then if you're doing a 2-hour workshop, it would be 40. You would charge £40 per person, and then LKY would take 10. But to save all the admin stuff for you guys, this is why we're taking that, is because they would just go along the same lines as what they do with all my events. They send in to LKY the application form, and then Kaya would send it to you, CC into me, and they to secure their space, they pay LKY, and then I give you guys which is the majority of the money. So it's like it would be the agreement of, this is the amount of people that signed up, here's how much they've yeah. So
for example, if you did this, if I was going to do something and it was in my local, for example, would you want it to be that you'd film it as well, so that people could join?
It's up to you. No, it's up to you. You see, yeah. So you didn't. Yeah, you could do just in person, but it would be advertised, or you would have it as an event on the LKY Yoga website, and then it would be all over. You do, yeah. It's not like you're not allowed to. You would do as much advertising as you want, but all the bookings will come through Kaya, which saves admin and saves them. I mean, it's honestly, having Kaya now is like, because like sending out receipts, making sure everyone's paid, taking in application forms, replying to like questions that they could have just read. You know, she's getting really like, what?
Well, I work at McDonald's and people try and like kill me every shift. It's better.
It's better than working at McDonald's. There we go.
I do think it's a really common thing these days that people
Yeah.
continue to ask questions. I get it.
Somebody showing us. Come and have a seat. Oh, you got a puppy. There's just this room, guys. Okay, so we've got Lisa and Alana are the holograms. Wait a minute, I think. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, it's just in case anyone's trying to get in. There's a few people that haven't made it. So yeah, so we're just. I'm not going to go. So how we all collab. Kaya's going to send you an application form thing, not an application form, a little form, saying if you want to start doing workshops and trainings that are accredited by LKY Yoga School. So you would be the trainer.
Yeah.
So what you I know that you've got so much that you want to share as well, and you can collab with each other as well. But so it would be advertised on the website and advertised on all through my social media, but you do your stuff as well. But Kaya takes all the bookings, we take the payment and then pay you guys effectively. So it's so.
Sorry, I've got to see this twice.
Yeah, no, I've said it, Bob, I've said it. But at least you get the gist. No one's going to be confused.
They say that with anything these days, and you do have to say things,
Especially to a man. And then they'll go, I didn't know anything about that. Like, oh. Sorry if there's any men in your vicinity there.
No. They're upstairs or outside.
All right, that's.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
Say if I was, well, as I am actually going down to Cornwall, hopefully end of July, and I see an opportunity to do one of my workshops for surfers, for example, because actually they've got surfboards there that are called Karma surfboards. And
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Next week,
So
and I'd like to be able to say to them, oh, I am, rather than I am Kerry from Karma Souls Community. It'd be nice to have something, I don't know, a template or something.
yeah, so you are part of LKY Yoga School.
You
Yeah.
get initial sales pitches, this is what we are, and then you can follow it up to then clinch the work.
So like a welcome form.
Yeah, so it looks like really legit, and which it is. but
Professional,
it
to
looks
show
really-
that you're more than just a yoga
yeah, so I'm
teacher.
part
Yeah.
of the LKY Tribe, and we're amazing because, and actually one of the things I'm looking at doing is, shall I just, here's the thing about it, it's an email, and then I'll give you a call when I go back to see about running a workshop. That's just how I would.
Yeah.
It'd be quite
That's a
handy
really
for
good
us.
idea.
So we need a logo.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, I've actually just, I'm paying for Canva Pro, so you can actually design your own logos and stuff like that. But I can send you the
But like a collective
Yes,
logo.
exactly.
yeah, for all of you guys, like, but unless it's like, you know,
And
but
you can add your
But you
own
guys
logo
need to
onto
figure it
it.
out. It's not for me to.
Yeah.
You guys figure out what sort of logo
Well, they
you
can
want.
They can speak to me and I can.
Yeah, yeah.
It might
Okay.
be that you
Well,
This is what we're gonna do. So this LKY Yoga Tribe, because you guys are the admins, but it's for the public. And then so it'd be like, instead of it's just just me doing my stuff, I want you guys to be getting the public in for your class, because this is, as much as it's good for LKY as well. People will go, wait a minute, I'm going to start going to their classes. They sound really interesting, or I really like the vibe of that. So I think that you're gonna yes. Yeah, so like we could set up a Facebook group that you guys run. I'll be in the background. I'll be an admin, but I'm not you. If you need me, I'm there to support and help. But I really want to get like you guys,
We can do like a WhatsApp group chat or something that's more casual instead of
for you guys.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Facebook's like the event and it's like this is happening.
Mhm.
But if you want to like have ideas and you can all say,
Yeah.
oh, I think that's a good idea, or
I
Which-
like that
yeah.
idea on that.
yeah, it's more casual. If you
Yeah,
want
that's a good
to do
idea.
that.
Yeah, okay,
You
so
can have
Kyle
both
set up a,
Facebook
well,
and
Kyle can set up a WhatsApp group with the LKY Yoga Tribe, and then you can figure out what you want, and then figure out what kind of logo you want. What do you think about LKY Yoga Tribe? Does that sound all right? Or have
Yeah.
a little thing? We don't have to, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm, yeah.
Talking about the word yoga in that so much that.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
The LKY Tribe.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just yoga. I think it's just yoga. Really, yoga.
Goddess Tribe, but then that kind of
Just say
keeps
tribe.
men out. Just Tribe.
It's a nice word.
Tribes, I think tribes are really kind of not on trend, but tribes, like what everyone's just now are looking for their tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can have a byline underneath the tribe, so you can sort of, you can
Yeah.
have, you can have a tagline that follows through all the materials that are created. So if you're creating training, a training portfolio, then you can actually get all that. I'm a bit of a geek with things like that. So
Yeah.
I sort of don't like that.
It's good
Oh,
to know.
yeah.
So we do almost like
Yeah.
you could do say that we're like it's a tribe for workshops and trainings for conscious
See,
empowerment
in
or
the-
something.
Like the welcome form.
You need to write that
Yeah.
down.
It's recorded. Sorry, Kaya.
Conscious empowerment.
Yeah. No, it's workshops and trainings for conscious empowerment.
Maybe she should have a little brainstorm.
Yeah.
Oh.
I should have brought a whiteboard with me.
Yeah.
I've got a piece of paper. In fact, Kaya usually when I speak, Kaya, it's so good because she sits down and goes like, "Oh, she's taking another note." She's always taking notes. So I have to say to her, right now we're off work now. Let's go into Backy and chat about a slag off men. I know. I'm not saying it's recorded. Oh my god. We're all women here. So I'm not anti-men, but
Just silly things they've done.
Yeah. You need. I think you need to articulate how you're feeling, or it just festers, doesn't it? So, yeah. You do it in a safe space. It's all right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so generous of you. Louise, that and very supportive.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't feel. I feel like
It's good
you
for
guys.
everyone.
I think you guys are. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without you guys. That's what it's about. It's like, God, I actually wouldn't be able to, do anything without you guys. So I need to be able to. It's not about you guys just getting your certificate and going, and that's what so many trainings do. And they don't even care how you get on as a teacher. So it's just like really doing that, and then seeing where we can go with this. And and if you need support, I want to be there to help. So, but Kaya's going to be your go-to. So it's a good. I think it's a good experience for Kaya as well. She's actually the most conscientious and organized human I know. Yeah, she is. Honestly, as a teenager, she's the tidiest room. You should come in and go, "Who's moved that bit to that bit?" And you're like, "What?" Because her niece Talia would be in. She's just really organized, and also it's like even if she's poorly or if she's got an exam, she doesn't call in sick or not go to work, even though she doesn't really like cleaning the toilets in McDonald's. She would get things done, and you can trust her. So I think that So I think that it's a good thing. I said to her, it's the thing. If I do well, then it means that you get more in your will.
You said if you do well, then you don't need to sleep on my bed.
Well, so that's like, well, but you know, if this doesn't work out, you know, because I've like taken this risk with this, like, to like boost the company. You know, if it doesn't work out, then at least I can just sleep at the bottom of your bed. So, you know, she's going to try and help me so that I don't because the thought of her mum sleeping at the bottom of her bed is probably not a good thing. So, yeah.
It's a nice thing to do together.
Yeah, definitely. So she kind of understands really like where I'm coming from a little bit more, you know, so we get to spend more time together in a positive way.
Yeah. There's a question I've got. The guy that's helping with the search engine optimization, can he, I guess he'll be able to, if he knows there's an event happening there or there, he'll be able to help to boost it to that area to attract people in that area?
So I say, right, I want, so I just signed the contract yesterday. So it's just like, it was like, oh my God, what have I done? So it's something like they have to figure out. They want me to change my website in a little way because it's difficult for people to find things. So he's put me on to as a freelancer to come in and move things about to make it more easier to get to, so that when people look at an event, it funnels in to the application form. So it goes straight in. And that's like, if you guys have got an event, what it is you put it in as an event on Facebook and it automatically plugs into the website. But because I've got I will have this thing, it will funnel through. If somebody goes onto the website, looks in the event, and they click on it.
It's a widget.
Is it? Okay, thanks. I'm rubbish at that. But he asked like, what's the kind of what's the age group and you know, and I said, well, like, we don't want youths. You know, there's nothing wrong with youth. So I've trained some young people before. You know, so remember Isabel, who I trained, like you were with. Did you train Isabel? She did her children's and teens with me, but she's already at 200. And she's like by your age, isn't it? Remember Isabel?
Isabel, yes.
Yeah.
She had the red hair.
Red hair. Yeah.
Did she come to your classes more?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did teens together.
Yes. Yeah. So she was. I met her in primary school. I taught her in primary school, and then she started coming as a teenager to my classes, and she just loved yoga and just flourished. So she trained as a yoga teacher at a young age, but she's so dedicated, so passionate. And so that's the thing, that there's not most teenage girls aren't that way inclined. And also, become a yoga teacher, you have to be able to hold your own space. And it's about life experience, a little bit of. So I said, the age of 26, I don't know, just because Levi is 26, put it at 26 to 55, you know, and that's not being ageist either. It's just, you know, and then he says, what about men and women? And I says, well, I've had a couple of men. And he says, well, let's just keep it as women because it actually pushes it right through. Because the men who want to do it will find you anyway.
Yeah.
And it actually boosts it completely if you're more specific. And he says, what about the area? And I says, well, you know, I'm kind of I'm being a bit worldwide, but it's more UK specific. He says, yeah. But if there comes to be a campaign where he wants it to be a little bit more, it needs to be more specific, you know, so, you know, if it was like yoga for menopause or something, that would be, 26-year-old girls wouldn't be interested. So that would be targeted at women at menopausal age. So I think I've got a really good feeling about it. You know, but you know, like this house was a risk. Everyone said don't do it. But yeah, so I'll show you guys right after. Yeah, but I just think sometimes when you think about you know what I'm like. I do jump in, and it's like that's my.
Get back some right.
It's my Mars and Aries, and also I thrive on this sort of thing, and it's like. And at the end of the day, you've got to be prepared to take the hit if you take the risk, and that's why some people don't take risks. So that's why nobody bought this house. But
So there's some other platforms as well. I wonder if they'd accept us onto that. But that already kind of we could latch onto the back of them.
Yes.
So like some of them are a bit out, a bit weird, but there's the yoga teachers forum. I get bombarded all the time. But some of the stuff, the little trainings I've done are quite good. Like they did a chair yoga, which is, and it's accredited. But I only got to hear about that through a platform. And I think I haven't looked, but I think there are. It can be like this offering is coming from the LKY Tribe. Yeah. Run by Angela and hosted by whatever. And that might be another way of hanging on to their tails. I think it's allowed, but I can look at that. Yeah, that would be really good. Thank you. Because that's the thing, if you're part of the admin team of the LKY Yoga Tribe, that's something that you could, you could get that out there as well. Because I'm spinning so many plates.
Yeah, you would all be admin of the group.
Definitely, there's so many larger groups out there.
Yes.
You know, like Ashley, what's her name? Ashley?
Yes.
Turner.
Turner.
Yeah, I like her actually. Start off with it was a bit she a bit cheesy, but then I've actually done some of her classes. Did you do this training? She's actually really good. Yeah. So yeah, she's good. Did she?
She's a psychologist, isn't she?
Yeah.
So Louisa, the guy that's helping you, is he a web designer?
Well, basically, I went on to bark.com, so that's where you can, because I've been really looking into, like, I'm rubbish at running, but I'm rubbish at money, but thank goodness Angela's part of my team in that sense, that she's my accountant, and Kaya's my bit. So we've got this tribe. It's amazing, but it's kind of like, what if you're not good at something, you need to outsource. Because I'm like, I've spent hours trying to suss out the social media aspect of stuff, and I'm like so rubbish. And it takes me hours to update things on my website and things like that. You can't, and it stops you from actually. I felt like I was being so overwhelmed, but when you've got this, I'm spending all the time doing stuff, like sending out receipts, replying to things that's not going to come from anything, so it's people that can't be bothered to think for themselves. And I was just like not able to be in my own flow or vibe. When you're in your vibe, you're like, and it starts to work. So I've been speaking to, it's Jess Cunningham is one of my, she's one of my coaches. So she's been doing coaching with me because I needed mentorship. I'm on my own. So I finished mentorship with her, and I felt like, I'm not into cheesy, salesy marketing shite, because it is really about making a difference to people's lives. I've not changed my, just because I want to build this doesn't mean I've sold my soul and I've decided to get into my ego and not be a yogi anymore. I'm so dedicated and passionate, but if you're running a business, I've got to be able to do it. I can't do this all on my own. So she had said, like, you should get a VA, a virtual assistant to do all your stuff, and I'd like, that didn't sit right with me. Like, and who do I trust? So like, we were speaking to Kerry about even helping me out. But Kaya took on that role, and it's actually been a really good thing. So then I was like, I can't figure out, because Jess was speaking about ClickFunnels, Aweber, ManyChat. This is like, honestly, I've spent hours trying to study this stuff, at least. And a good thing is, even though I don't understand it, I have a bit of an understanding of it now. I'm not blindly saying to a social marketing person, don't bother you, because I'm a bit like that when it comes to my accounts. I'm starting to be a bit better, but I used to just Kaya's dad used to do my accounts and go, here's all these little bits of paper. I used to.
You get these massive scrap bits of paper of like random numbers on it.
And he was raging, but he was raging all the time anyway, isn't he? But anyway, it's like now I'm trying to get a hand on it, but I forgive myself for being shit and which means I have less of a money mindset block in that sense. And so it's the same thing with this social media thing. But bark.com, if you go onto it, you can go onto it and you can actually say, oh, what do I need? So you might need a website designed. You might need just social media stuff, or you might need, it's anything that's like, but you can be specific, but you can fill it and then click onto the next bit. And then it's like, when do you need this? And it could be within the next 6 months, now, and what is your budget? So I was like, the lowest one, but what is your budget? And they ask you specific things, and then it pushes through, and then you get people that are willing to quote you for that. So that's what I did, and it was actually a guy called Mark Oliver from Yale phoned me, and he said, right, so we went on to virtually, he set me up and he says, I've just looked at your website looks good, but it's only 5.6 out of 10 for like the way it's working for you. And he's
more potential, much more potential.
Oh God!
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Oh no! Oh, well, it's recorded, so you know.
Catch up on that.
Yeah, catch up.
Okay,
Have a lovely day. Bye. Yeah. So what was he saying?
You were asked. Like,
Yeah. So efficiency. So he actually done his homework, and he just said, looking at this can be done. He says, I've looked at your. So he got me to looking at stuff, and I'm like, so he wasn't salesy, and I thought, do you know what? If he manages to boost it, if I get more people signed up, because I found past this year, people haven't been signing up to classes. I've not been bringing any money in, so which is, I'm trying not to be scared. It's because it was the same just at the beginning of lockdown, and I adapted and adjusted. So instead of going, oh God, it's like adapt and adjust. I've done it before, right? And actually, this time I've got an amazing tribe, and we can do this. So I think that's the thing. So exciting. Yeah, so I've done my talking. What of you guys? I want you guys to say, like, is something, is there, because I know Angela, would you be able to tell them what your stuff that you've been doing?
So much.
I know.
Well, obviously herbalism, so I'd quite like to do something around using herbs and maybe combining that with crystals.
Yeah, that would be
quite
great.
well together. Because the herb is obviously more about the physical body, and crystals is more about your emotional kind of psyche and soul. So kind of combining those two together would be quite good, I think. Maybe working through the chakras, because they work quite well with chakras and balancing chakras. I'd also like to do something around somatics.
Oh, I love that. That sounds amazing.
Somatics with yoga, I think that they really work well together, and I think it's so powerful. So that kind of thing. And I'm also into astrology as well. I'm working with herbs and astrology, and combining astrology with the herbs.
Amazing. So we maybe do a collab. Yeah, that would be good, doing a weekend collab. Yeah.
I love collabs.
Oh yeah.
I've done quite a few. When we were allowed to meet up again after the first lockdown, it was so nice.
I think that, yeah. So anyone else got any, like, what's your ideas? Like, you guys, what do you, or you don't have to say anything, but
I'd like to do something around the cycles of nature, the different archetypes that go with that, and different yoga that you can do for that and things like that.
yeah, I think that's something that everyone's really, everyone's starting to come back to what it was back in the day.
I think especially when we had this pandemic, a lot of people slowed down and been out more in nature as well. I think there's more of an awareness coming back to that.
Like some of the pagan,
Quite well with that as well, doesn't it? Because in astrology, you've got spring, 3 signs in spring, and then summer, so that works out well.
yeah, and some of the paganistic stuff as well. And that's the thing, is a lot of that, the magical paganistic stuff that we would have all got burned at the stake for, we're coming back to it. I think it's really interesting stuff, isn't it? And there's a lot to be said for it. So I've got some stuff remember I was going to do a seasonal yoga training. So I'll speak to you about that and maybe help you with that if you want. So what about you, man? What are you feeling? What's your vibe?
I'm enjoying it all, but really my passion is yoga for mental health.
Yes.
And yin yoga. And combining yin with restorative. My yin yogis have really been enjoying yin, but the restorative twist at the end.
Perfect. So maybe doing a workshop on that then.
Yeah, and just explaining the difference between the two types.
Or you could do a weekend. Yeah. You could do one, and really do it like a training of,
Yeah, and I've also been using Reiki in my classes.
Amazing.
I obviously can't turn it off. But my teacher, my Reiki teacher, is going to be doing a collaboration with me in the summer. So she'll be doing sort of Reiki healing. But she's encouraging us to use Reiki in my classes, and especially during Shavasana to do healing.
I used to do that with the children's yoga when children are really unsettled, like calling in the symbols and working with them. Yeah, it's amazing.
I feel really, I don't know why, but I'm connected to theatre in lots of ways, and through my daughter who works in Southwest Theatre, she works with a lot of disadvantaged, mostly children and people actually, and also people with ex-drug addicts and so on, rehabilitation projects. So I'm already kind of trying to wean my way in there. So they're already up for a workshop down there, linked to the theatre room in Plymouth through their community European funded programme. So there's Hammer's House, for example, drug and rehab centre, and he's just created this amazing garden. He actually is the guy that's married to Dawn French, and so he always ran it, and then her mum died who ran it for him. Anyway, they've created this amazing garden, which he said he wants to teach do yoga in. It's like a garden for all year round. So he was asking Scarlett, my daughter, how can we do that? She's like, oh, actually. So I'm thinking, that's why I'm really just know how can we market this further away, and also not just how to get to those kind of institutions, the people that would go to that, because they might not be looking at Facebook.
Yeah.
So that might be a question for the guy.
So that would be, because he's also the analytics Google.
Right.
He's getting you to and doing the right taglines for Google. So if anyone does a search, because he says, I'm just looking up some of the stuff that you actually do. And like Moonology, yoga for mental health, he says, if we work this, it could boost by 250%.
Yeah, so
because I'm like not good at what I'm rubbish at that. So 250%. So if we say, right, if you want to boost it because you want to reach theatre people, then yoga for theatre, or we figure out what's the best way of finding. So we figure that out.
There's a lot of mental health involved in that as well. I just need to finish that module.
I think that's it. Everyone's got that module finished. Don't worry, no pressure, guys. Yeah.
For example, go, I don't know, off the top of my head, do a collaboration where some of it's online, some of it's live. I think they would probably want live. And then just saying, well, there's these little bits you can dip in and out of. You could dip into the herbal and crystals, or you could come to the restorative, or the whole weekend's going to be on the moors in Devon in this amazing. I've got quite good contacts actually with all those kind of venues really. So that's Southwest. I'm sure we've got lots of others like that.
Well, look, Lisa's down in Oxfordshire, so it's like
yes.
So we've got. So what about you guys, Lisa? What are you thinking?
I just feel really honoured and blessed that you'd want me to be part of your yoga school, Louisa, to deliver workshops and training, and I'm just blown away. So thank you.
You've got the right vibe though, Lisa. You've got it. You're really. I think one of your things is is holding space for women in like with the pregnancy vibe as well. I think that's one of your specialities, isn't it?
And I love the yoga for pregnant women, and I just love that. And when you were doing the moonology class, and I'm sorry I had to go at 8 the other night, when I went back last week thinking, what do I want to teach my students this week, what came through loud and clear was the Vishuddha chakra. And so all my work this week has been on that. And when you mentioned it, I thought, yes, because that's what I was feeling. That's what I taught within a moon practice this week for my students, and they just loved it. The numbers that just fell asleep at the end, they went, oh Lisa, that was just wonderful. So yeah, I love the pregnancy. I love the chakra work, and I do a lot of chakra work and bring that in. And I know I haven't done your course, but my interest is also in mental health. And so that's when I look at my students and see how they are, thinking, right, okay, well, how can we flip it a little bit to tail into what they're really needing for tonight?
Do you know what I think that we might do to bring it in, to call in the people to get to know who are the LKY tribe, is maybe doing like a free yoga for mental health week, where each of you all teach an hour's free like yoga. We figured out for that week, everyone, all the tribe, myself included, teaches. You could even, one of you, if you could do a guided meditation, or yoga nidra, a yin, a restorative, or tantric hatha, like something that's one of your kind of babies. But everyone gives a free one. We say, like, this is Yoga for Mental Health Week at LKY, and we're to be part of the tribe. We're opening up a group, and within that group, we're going to be we're going to do live Zooms, but the recordings are going to go into our Facebook group for you to have access to. Yeah. I suppose my hesitation is the recordings, because I just perhaps I just need some major support on the recordings. So in the technical way, you mean?
Yes, because when I do them at home, I have to set up the room, and then I have my laptop and I have my phone, but I have to have it on straight on camera in order to get it. So I've tried so many different ways when I've submitted my work in the past. And I can't do, when you do it on a selfie, you have to have the camera facing the right way, because you won't get so I use my phone on my laptop. If other people use other things, then just tell me what they use to make it easier. Maybe we should do like a live Zoom where I can speak you through some of that stuff, because I learned on the didn't I? I was like, we were real life, and then we went online, and it wasn't I was absolutely rubbish, the worst out of everyone. Yeah, that's a good idea. You can actually, you can go. So where are you, Jen? I can't see. So say it's going live in the group. So we don't do that, but we can do a little. We can do a little Zoom thing on how to, or I could do a little thing on how to teach on Zoom. Like a little free, like hours thing for your group.
Then it can just go to the cloud as well.
Yeah. Okay, so that stops it from being so. So you just go live on Facebook, and then so we call it, and we start boosting it, saying, right, we've got a really exciting collab, so that I can give you you can save the image. Remember, I've said exciting thing happening soon. That's actually because I'm starting up yoga supper clubs in Aberdeen at the Dutch Mill. I'll give you the dates.
Do you just yoga for mental health?
mental health, because I'm thinking if you want to attract lots of different people.
Like yeah, or you're all going to do like a taster or
Yes,
you know,
it could be like
a festival.
Yeah.
We could call it an online festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that not using mental health, but
Yeah.
using
And do it. You start it at an auspicious day astrologically.
21st of June.
Yes, solstice time. Do we have enough time? Do we have enough time to get prepped, or there's? But at the end of the day, I think just get it done. Yeah, instead of going, oh, do we have enough time? Let's do summer solstice. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I can't do it for that. I've got.
Yeah, but we do.
It's not that I don't. I'd love. I am keen to be involved. I just need to make sure I can work the online stuff more confidently
That's
than I
okay.
do, and I have got so much on at the moment.
Yeah. Don't know, but that's the thing.
not compulsory.
Yeah, it's about being. Yeah, but that's the thing. Being honest and authentic, and that's exactly what you are. So it's like when you don't have to be part of this, and it's like I think all of us doing it on the same. You know, could you do it all on the same day?
Well, other
You guys
opportunities
discuss it.
will come as well.
Yeah,
If
other
you
opportunities are
decide
coming.
you
As
want
kind of
to decide, yeah, if you decide you want to do something, you could always set it up. And
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah.
You could start it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Alana? We've not spoken to you.
Yeah, so obviously would be super excited to be involved in that as well, but I'm just still obviously not qualified for 200 hours. So until then, do you know what I mean? I'd be like really happy to help
Well,
with
that's the
anything.
you wouldn't be able to
else
teach
behind
until
the
you do
scenes.
until you've done your thing. But
Yeah.
because you're part of the 300 hours, you're
Yeah.
part of the tribe.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
just start
And
thinking
then-
about what
Yeah.
kind of what you're interested in and what you can give back.
What to do. Yeah.
Looking at like what you've got to give from your life experience and work experience as well. I think this is the thing. It's about taking what you have from not just what you've learned in your yoga trainings. It's about what your dharma in a sense. You know, I'm going to be doing a course on like a weekend thing on unveiling your dharma, where you find your dharma marga. You figure out what your number is, the light which is related to the specific chakra that is you're empowered by, your auspicious number, that auspicious. So it's not auspicious number, auspicious direction. So which way you should be facing when you're studying, eating, working, sleeping. Your inauspicious directions, and also your north node, south node. Really looking at Saturn and working on your Saturn and working on your midheaven as well. So this is your astrological stuff. So really calling in and working with some really deep tantric practices that I've been even doing the 100 hours. So just doing like unveiling your dharma for yoga teachers, as opposed to, you know, because it's quite in-depth stuff, but really finding your soul purpose in a weekend. So that's one of my things so by having Kaya helping you guys suss out your stuff, I'm going to be sussing out my stuff too, and we all help each other. You know, so just you guys, you don't have to worry about, you know, like jumping on board and teaching and all, just being part of this. And just being part of, like, if you have ideas and vibes and just keep interacting and know that you're part of it, you know.
Yeah, definitely. But if you need a hand with anything, so like obviously at my old work, I did a lot of like training documents and that as well. So if you need anything like that, or anybody else, or with like the Facebook and things like that too, I can help with any sort of stuff like that as well. Just to sort of kind of.
Maybe Kaya might be able to like ask you some of that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Kaya doesn't really
anytime.
Kaya's not a typical. She's not a typical 19-year-old. You're not a selfie queen, or doesn't really do that much social media. She'd rather be in the background. So
But yeah, I've got software to make like videos and things like that as well. So if you've got like to promote like their own little sort of modules and little sort of workshops and that, we can put things up that your guy can then boost on Facebook and stuff. So I can help with any of that too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But then that might be something that you could offer as part of LKY Tribe, like do a 2-hour workshop for yoga teachers on how to edit your videos and how to get yourself seen online. You know what I mean?
Things
So
like that,
we all need that, don't we? And I could see some of these guys actually getting excited in the room there when I said that.
Yeah, fab.
So yeah, so just like, you know, as I'm saying, it's like not just we're thinking out the box, we're come out your head into your heart and really think about you as a whole, not you as a yoga teacher, you know, and what you can give in that sense. You know, I think my thing really is about the people and being able to help and support and guide you guys to where you're supposed to be, because I think that's where I'm supposed to be, if you know. So really that sort of thing. So yeah, so it is exciting. Has anyone got in it, because so that we're not like I'm aware of a stay. I don't want to take up loads of people's time. Has anyone got anything else to say? Because after I'm going to light some magical incense. We'll do a little manifesting meditation to end the meeting. Is anyone? Yeah.
I've got a quickie.
Mhm.
So
I like a cookie. Sorry, Kaya. It's been a while. I haven't for a long time.
I'm still on my yoga journey of finding exactly where I'm going to, what exactly the style of teaching and everything. I've got quite a strong training background. You know what I'm like?
Yeah.
I make them into tables.
I love that. You know, it's like you and Kaya were like you just. So I quite like doing that. So it's a skill set that I can bring. Yes.
In that sense. But moving forward, I stopped working with mentoring young people, really vulnerable young people, so I could move into move out of that kind of work into. I've ended up supporting the third sector. And something for me is giving access to young people and people who haven't got the funds to be able to access this beautiful thing that we do.
Yes.
And it's so important that people are able to gain access.
Yeah, it's not just the rich white.
So my job's kind of taken a bit of a sidestep, and now I specialise in children and families because that's very much my background. And it's about supporting the third sector. And I found myself going on all these strategic groups with Begurthek, which is getting it right for every child. Scottish Government are giving money out, and I'm on a working group at the moment, and we're very much looking at third sector collaborations for local communities, and I'm taking part in a mapping. Yoga doesn't feature at all. I'm not jesting, because the majority of us are sole traders or limited companies. But if we were a social enterprise like a Kick or something like that, not only can you be recognised within these realms of funders, but you can also apply for funding.
So LKY Yoga Tribe, is that what you're saying?
Potentially, we could maybe look into becoming a Kick. I know that there's, like for instance, we've got the Haven, that's a social enterprise. Julie is able to access funds. We've got, I've forgotten her name, out in Balmeedy, Zara. Zara.
Oh, right,
She's a Kick.
She's on the teams and kids training.
Yeah. Well, I'm in touch with her quite a lot because it kind of touches with my work.
Yeah, she works with kids with mental health.
But I think we're missing a trick. There's a lot of funders out there, and it's a case of maybe investigating models that other studios do across the country and having a niche. It might be that that there's a wee fund to give a young person needing a focus access to training that's reduced costs.
Yes.
So we're seen as, from a company point of view, having a bit of give back gives you a lot of credibility.
Yeah.
So it's just an idea, and
because Kaya and I were speaking about what is it? That's not sponsorship. What's the thing?
Or subscription.
No, the thing where it's like somebody can't afford it.
Scholarship.
Yeah, doing a scholarship, offering a scholarship every year. So that's something I'm going to offer for the next 200 hour, that they've got to send in applications to get free training because they can't afford it. Because it shouldn't be just people that have got lots of money should should be allowed. So that's one of my things. But so how
Yeah,
how would you say we go about doing that then, Sandra?
Well,
'Cause that's like something that I am completely
I think it's
clueless
the
about.
stuff that I was talking about, because that's exactly how my daughter that's how they get their funding, it's how she paid for her job. So if we're seen to be offering something through an organisation that's already set up a service, then we go in as a provider to them, I think. And then the more they provide, the more funding they get, the more funding we get. I think that's kind of what Scarlett was saying, how you get to do the theatre. She worked with prisons as well. That's massively rehabilitate. She's actually going into Exeter prison, but she's got in there because they're funded through somebody's job is just to find funding. That's all they do.
So then one of the things that the potential for this is, if we did set this up, there's the potential for someone to be doing this as a job and getting a wage for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get funding for that job.
Yeah, and that yeah. So it could be like the LKY Tribe. Yeah.
Yes.
So like getting fund. So somebody, one of you guys, or we get someone in to actually be employed to do that. So that's, hey, we're thinking big now. This is good.
Yeah.
This is like total new moon manifestations.
Yeah.
Loving it. So that's amazing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But I still want to do the yoga teacher training mapping for Aberdeenshire. I'm going to get it into that mental health group.
Oh yeah, so you need that.
And I'm thinking about trying to collaborate with you and Grampian Yoga Association to do that. So because I want everybody to
Kelly
have
is one of the, she's on board now. I've trained her in children's yoga. So yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, but my job's too blooming crazy to do what
I know.
So I need to stop working so I can just
yeah. So if you've got time, would you be able to?
I will look into it.
Because I think, and then you guys figure out what we can do. Kaya loves that sort of that sort of idea. That's the way your brain works, isn't it? Compared to mine. But you know what I mean. You have an understanding of that. We've got, our brains we're similar in some ways, but in other ways we're like, so I think it's going to be quite helpful. So but that sounds amazing. That sounds like something that could really work, and then we get someone on board to actually do that as a job, and then you could be that person.
Well, let me speak to our funding officer.
You're saying you want to leave your job to do what you do. Well, if you get that together, you could be the person who has that job, is get paid to do that.
Well,
if you want that job, that's your job.
There you go.
I'm all excited.
You didn't know you were going to sign up for that.
I get so excited. It just sounds
Sorry.
good.
we need to really do some research and maybe have a date for feeding back.
Let's do that.
Let's have it.
Say like 2 weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks.
But often for setting up these kinds of things, we need a board. So we need a board. So it's sort of like thinking that if we've already got, because sometimes the barrier is getting the people to be your board or trustees. But we've got people here.
Yeah, definitely. And we all come from different backgrounds.
Sorry, Louisa, I'm going to need to go pick up Sadie. Is that okay?
Oh, it's been lovely to see you.
You too. Bye. Thank you. Sorry. Bye.
And then obviously if you're doing that for Scotland, then we need to do something down in England, don't we?
Oh yeah. So are you able to look into the England side of things?
Not like I've forgotten that lady's name, who was speaking about the funding.
Sandra.
Sandra. So my background is working with families, which is what I've done for the last couple of decades, really. And like you, it's sort of about how much do I let go of my permanent job to take on what I really want to do is the yoga. So I think it's exciting, and it's about letting go of another day to do this, but it's also thinking that little voice in the head, pension and all the rest of it.
Or you could be the England contingent, and then Kerry can help you because Kerry's going to be down Cornwall and Devon way. And,
I'm familiar with organisations that what they've done is that they're set up in England as a charity, and they just apply to Oscar to have that charity setting. But when it's a social enterprise, it's slightly different because it runs from a different.
Yeah, it's just another target.
I could speak to my dad about it because
he specialises in
he's
businesses, doesn't
a
he?
business advisor and tax advisor who does a lot of investment stuff, and a lot of his clients are social enterprises and stuff. So he's probably like an expert on this. So I could, So I could actually speak to him about it. He would be really useful.
So Angela, you were saying about you being on the board. What was that you were saying about?
I was on the board of behaviour.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to. The board weren't allowed to teach.
Oh, okay. That would be a problem.
Because you had to be kind of independent.
You can't have a bias.
You could just nominate somebody.
Well, Kaya wouldn't be teaching.
I wouldn't be teaching.
But you're an employee of the company. It's just these things that just need ironing out. There's an idea there, and it just needs a bit of research to make sure it's robust. And within the community of people that we know out with, we might actually be able to
We definitely get people
out with, one step out with who would be passionate about it.
They might allow us to collaborate and tag on to what they're already doing. See that as being an easy way in.
It's tough to say because obviously what you're wanting to do is profitable. It's a business. So
you can't really be like corrupt.
Enterprise, that has to be all three.
Okay.
So it could be a.
You said as a charity area, not profit charities. We're looking to do that.
It just depends because it might actually turn out that it might not be possible, and we might have to stick with they pay us, we all pay you.
I think to start off with,
we can
start off
research
with what we originally thought. That is like something further on in the future. We've got near future, as in we all set up and start getting these workshops and trainings going. Kaya sends you the form, fill it in. Let's get these things out there. You guys start.
I've not actually made the form yet.
We only did this yesterday.
So I'm not.
I think it's worthwhile each going away investigating other little areas and just seeing what we found out from this and then coming back. So I now say with my daughter at theatre, for example, what do your practitioners, what do they have to do to become a practitioner? Or could we just come in? And do we have to pass certain criteria and all the rest of it? And she'd probably have, it's a theatre room in Plymouth, it's like the biggest regional theatre outside of London. And they've kept going, and doing well. So there'll be loads of criteria that she'll say, she has to tick all these boxes. And we might just be able to do that as we are without going down any other route. And then once we're in, and we're the supplier, that they pay us for. I don't know, we're just all exploring.
Okay, so this is like brilliant brainstorming, and then so we figure out coming back 2 weeks time or something.
Well, give it enough time.
We'll allow it to marinate, and then I'll put up another poll on the Facebook group and see what day works, because that seemed to work for everybody, didn't it? Doing a poll. And then we'll come back and see if anyone's ask somebody. Kaya can speak to her dad and see what, if he has any kind of advice. He knows how my business runs financially, in a sense, not really. But you know what I mean, in a sense, he understands how that side of things. But I know that you do as well, probably more than he does.
You have to determine what it is you're actually looking to do. What's your objective goal?
So
is it social enterprise? Solely impact the community, or are you looking to make money?
I think it's like I didn't even know anything about this.
Oh, definitely.
I think that's the thing. I think this would be Sandra's baby. It would be with the potential that you would be able to run it and do it.
You could do both. Just be a spin-off thing. Like Sam, love that. It's a community. It's part of that. It's just
a non-profit side
Yes.
of the business.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been brewing for ages, but it's like it's like this is the venue just sort of like say
Let's
things out loud and
let's
see
be the
where it goes.
let's be the ones that do that and make these changes. Yeah.
I do think you're really right about framing it not just as yoga, because it needs to be under a different banner, definitely, because that makes it more inclusive for a start. And also, we run this awful risk, which is wrong, but it just happens if you're linked to some weirdo yogi, that you're just that they've got their version of yoga, which we know
I'm
is
not
okay.
flexible.
Yeah. Or I bet you're flexible.
Also people think, oh, that's not for me. So it's kind of about putting it under well-being or support, or maybe have a bit of a brainstorm about what it actually is.
Conscious empowerment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. That was just popped into my head today. Conscious empowerment sounds. That's what yoga is.
That sounds like that Gwyneth Paltrow
Yeah,
conscious uncoupling.
Oh, right,
Very
okay.
hippie. People that aren't.
Did it sound a bit pretentious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, it might not, but
Oh,
to me,
well, okay,
I don't like it.
It is that, but we don't need to maybe.
Yeah, we don't need to be so cheesy.
Yeah, I don't like.
We know it's that. That's
Yeah.
fine. But
It's about
if you weren't
being
into that-
curious observers.
Yeah.
I'm kind of putting on my kind of tribe hat here.
Yeah.
I'm kind of quite structured as well. Is that I did some sales training actually for work and talking about different ways of how to attract clients and what to do. But what it was saying is you have to think about your mission statement. What's your why?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you doing this? And then from there you can pick up 6 filters from that why and focus on those, and you can identify zebras.
Right.
Because what they're saying is, lion in the jungle, you've got the pride of lions, and they're going to catch waterfalls and things. There's not much eating in them. They want to catch a zebra that's got tons of meat on it. It's going to last them for days because it takes a lot of work to catch a zebra.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure it's a big fat zebra that you're going to catch.
Yeah.
So you have to think who you're aiming your marketing at. Who do you want? Who's your ideal client?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when you need to have to think about all of that before
Yes.
you then jump in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you want some kind of structure, you want to why, you want to know, and you need to kind of like, how companies have their mission statement, and they have their kind of values,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to think about what are your 6 values,
Maybe
as an
I think-
maybe on the form it would say that. What is
Yeah.
your why?
Yeah.
Because each of our whys will be different, or maybe not.
But then I think that some of it is helping people remember who they are.
I think as
That's
well.
something. It's about that authenticity, like remembering who you are.
Yeah,
I like
what you're passionate about.
Yeah, taking people. It is just getting people to find themselves in a sense, like definitely.
And you'll all have your own statements.
Yes.
You'll all have your own goals, values, interests, specialities, things that you're good at, things that you want to deliver.
What about for in the form then?
Well, I was gonna say that they can maybe do like a 1-line quote or something, and then it could say, "This is." Just as an idea.
And we bring them all
Your own
together, and then
words.
what's the general consensus?
Yes.
Where are we all coming from? Yeah.
Because it'd probably be very similar.
Yeah, I
suspect,
reckon so,
but
yeah,
then
yeah.
from that, we might be able to draw our aim or our
Well,
why.
yeah.
Mhm. So this Nadine is like, she was meant to be like, she's in Havia, and she runs House of Yoga Havia. She's part of this as well. Our daughter's in hospital, the nurse had fallen over and like hurt her arm. So she's on record. She'll catch up in the recording, but she'll be wanting to do the Spain contingent as well. So that's going to make it interesting too. Yeah. Well, before pandemic, we were going to be doing trainings down in Havia and like have some, do that some of the for the 100-hour guys, make it more fun. But yeah, I think everyone's coming from different places, but the same place at the end of the day. So I think you're right, Kai. I get that thing where everyone can put in what their mission statement is, And yeah, it's like doing a PR sort of thing, set a strategy before we go, hey, we're a group.
Yeah. Because you don't want to launch it, it's a bit.
Yeah,
It's gotta be.
we need to know who our target group is, like almost like a mini business plan. You know, like a SWOT analysis as well, or strengths or weaknesses, or you know,
Also,
threats and
it's not
opportunities.
an actual business, it's just a branch of an existing business. So it's kind of different to setting up your own business because it's more like a group that's attached to a business that will be doing its own things. That's what makes it more complicated. But you don't need to overthink it, you don't need to have all these.
Yeah, so that's why it doesn't need to be a business plan. It's as a
It's
just having, as long as it's some
goals.
sort of structure, instead of just well, hey, hiya, we're a group of women.
Yeah.
We join up.
But it's yeah, but we can evolve
Yeah.
it because what will happen is like anything that's new, it starts off with an idea and then 6 months down the line to develop properly, it has to shift and grow to flourish. So so we start off with a game plan and we can revisit it as many times as necessary to make it what you want it to be. So we can start simply.
Introduce it.
I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to go.
Oh, right. Thank
Bye.
you for coming, Lisa.
Bless you. Kerry, let me know when you move to Cornwall.
Oh no, I'm actually from there, so I will be heading, but I won't be moving back for about 4 years.
Oh, I
But
see.
I'm down there regularly because my kids are down there, so.
Okay.
I will be back to see. I can always stop. Are you Oxford?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm definitely going to catch up because I've got a friend who's got a cottage in Oxford, so I can go and stay in it. So I'll just do that.
Perfect. Yeah, let me know when
that's
you're down.
nice.
Anyway,
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
lots of love. Bye, Louisa. Bye, darling.
Definitely meet her there and talk about the